First kid, tons of excitement and nerves. First time parents. We were young. How old were we? We were
24, 25.
Yeah, 24, 25. Just overjoyed. We couldn't wait to have our first. So when she was born, we were assuming we were going to have a normal, healthy baby, and we did get to enjoy the first couple hours, I think, thinking that when they started to do routine post-birth stuff, they noticed that her oxygen level was a little low, and before we knew it, I remember this vividly. I was at the nursery window, watching, and all of a sudden they take her from her little bassinet and put her in an incubator. And then out the door she goes. And the only thing they knew to tell us was there's something wrong with her heart.
I don't think you can describe the fear that comes over you when somebody tells you that there's something wrong with your child's heart, and just the unknown that comes with that.
All the plans and what we had, it was all on hold. It was definitely taking a new turn.
It was just very terrifying. We had no idea what was going to happen. What did her future hold? Did she even have a future? Did, we have a future as her parents? It was very unknown and very scary. So she has several different defects. The main one is hypoplastic left heart syndrome, and that is where the left ventricle basically is either not developed or severely underdeveloped. She also has several other defects in addition to that, and that made it extra complicated for doing these surgeries.
Because you have to take into consideration all these other defects that she has, and if we do this, is it going to make this worse?
Going home was very scary. There were no nurses at home, but I think that was kind of the first time that, you could actually feel like we're a family now, and we have a baby, and she gets to come home with us, and now this is our life. When we went in for the pre-op before her second surgery, and we spoke to the surgeon, and when he came in, he actually said to me, "Wow, I'm surprised to see you here." He wasn't really sure that she ever would have made it to 8 months old. When he said those words, I just felt like my heart stopped.
For me, the second surgery was so much rougher than the first, just because you've developed a bond with her now. We've had time to spend with her, see her starting to grow into who she is, and it's just a little bit of that is taken away. Whenever they go back for another surgery, you lose a little bit of that. And so for me, yeah, it was rough. Her last open heart she was how old?
She was 2.
She was 2. And since that point, when she was 2, we haven't really had anything major done. So the last couple months she's been experiencing, some symptoms that things are not as they should be. Her cardiologist, Dr. Myers, suggested let's go ahead and do a heart cath. She has had what they call a fenestration, which is basically a man-made hole that allows red and blue blood to mix. And it also gives a pop-off point for when the pressures get too high. It gives the arteries somewhere to push the extra blood. They decided it was time to go ahead and try to close that. By closing that, you boost the oxygen level, but you also run the risk of the pressures being too high in the arteries.
It's been a few days since her cath, and so far she's doing really well. We were just thrilled, and we came out to see her afterwards, and her color changed, and she wasn't quite as purple as she was.
First time she's ever had pink lips. The last few days, she has nothing that's holding her back. The energy she has is just phenomenal, and there's no crashes.
With this last heart cath that she had and closing that fenestration, basically what that's done is buy us some time. She's not healed, she's not fixed, she still has a 2-chamber heart. It's working the best that it can. It does not work like mine or yours. Most Fontan patients will eventually, at some point in their life, need a transplant. Fontan patients, even 30 years ago, wouldn't have lived long at all. A lot of them didn't even make it through infancy. Things have changed a lot over the last several years, and they are making it into, their 20s, their 30s, and beyond.
We are at the edge of the step for our generation as far as how to help the next. Through the previous generation's research, they've learned we can do this, this, and this to get them this far. Well, now we're kind of reaching that point where we need more. It's our turn to fuel that research and to do what it takes to get them to that next level.
McKenna's a perfect combination of the girly girl and the tomboy.
Yes.
We had a little time for her, just a special McKenna day after her cath when she started feeling better. And I took her to get a pedicure. She'd never done that before. She had so much fun. And then after that, she went fishing with Dad. And at the end of the day, when we put our kids to bed every night, we always ask them, what was your favorite part of the day today? And she said, getting my nails done and going fishing. She's just that perfect combination.
With all that McKenna's been through, and just seeing how she likes to cheer people up and brighten people's days, it's been really awesome, getting to see her do that and just watching her work, whenever she is helping somebody. And that's pretty much her.